Hello and welcome to The Buzz, Australia's first and still only social media TV show brought to you by two reasonably hairy men.
There's a storm coming in, Jason.
There is, in fact, a storm coming. Apparently above us at this very moment.
It is right. If you have a look at your radar right now, it is pretty much on top of us, which is kind of exciting.
There we go. We've got it on screen at the moment.
Awesome.
Bomb.gov.au if you'd like to check that out for yourself as well. The Buzz, of course, is brought to you by Zetagrid, our good friends there, who give us all the infrastructure required to be able to not only bring the show to you on television, free-to-air television, but also on our website, wtvperth.com.au. If you'd like to watch us online, you can do that anywhere around the globe. Now, Paul, West TV, who we're a part of, is now 3 years old.
That's
3 years old.
Almost out of nappies.
We're at the stinky toddler stage.
We are. We're getting into the cupboards and everything.
We are having a birthday party. It's not far away. May 24th it's happening. And what we're planning on doing tonight is if you join us on The Buzz by using the hashtag #TheBuzz, we will take the funniest tweets, the smartest tweets, the biggest insults, whatever you want to do, whichever ones move us the most this evening, you will win a double pass to come to our birthday party.
What about even a picture of you in the lounge room, maybe doing something peculiar with
watching
the buzz
us,
on?
A picture of you watching us. Yeah. That would be really cute.
Be creative.
Because we can put that to air as well. So don't forget, #TheBuzz, double passes. We've got 2 of them to give away, and we'll have you here at our birthday party. Free drinks, free food, free entertainment. We've even got go-go dancers. Can you believe it?
Well, when we say go-go, we mean Jason.
Yeah, well, just me and
dancing in a go-go in a cage.
It's basically nice. That's about it.
But apart from that, free beer.
Do you like Star Wars? Well, do you reckon if Star Wars had happened in Australia, it would have been a little bit different? Check this out.
Who are you, anyway?
Luke. Luke Plywalker.
Oh, yeah, used to work with your old man. Top bloke.
Yeah, I never knew my old man.
Oh, yeah. Slipped my mind, all that stuff with him and Garth.
Who?
Garth Vader?
Here she is, the Millennium Falcon.
No, it's a Ford Falcon.
Oh, yeah, I call it a Millennium because I bought it in the year 2000.
I've been waiting for you, Toby-One. Now, you will meet your end.
Pretty funny. Now, we, West TV, are part of the community broadcasting sector. We don't get a lot of sponsorship. We don't get a lot of money from the government. There's a little bit there, but community radio, they're having problems as well.
But they're going through much the same thing. A lot of the funding, it seems, for these community organisations, they rely on a certain amount of government funding, whether it be through, here in WA, through Lottery West and just through government grants for various things they're doing, because they're huge supporters of local music, local arts, local talents. But it seems money for community radio, much like community television, seems to be drying up very quickly.
The government's not throwing anywhere near as much money at the community sector as they used to. That's pretty frustrating.
So they're doing something almost, I guess, that reeks of a little bit of desperation.
Well, it definitely is desperation. So both Brisbane and Melbourne, their radio stations are actually going to cease transmission to try and prove a point.
They're just going to play a message basically saying this is pretty much what it's going to sound like if you don't lobby the government or speak to the government or petition them about getting us some more funds. So
if you enjoy the community sector, the community broadcasting sector, both radio and television, your support is sorely needed as well.
And just to say quickly, you and I started on community radio.
Absolutely.
Teenagers.
101 FM in Rockingham in 1989.
Which has since gone belly up, but what a lovely place it was.
Long time ago. All right, moving on. If you've been paying attention to the media, you'll know that Bernie, who's the CEO of Myer, made a very stupid comment earlier in the week. He doesn't like the NDIS, the National Disability Insurance Scheme, because that extra $300 or so that people are going to be paying as a levy was probably money they could have spent at Myer.
Well, you may have noticed the hashtag during the week about this, and it was about Myer, and it was what caught my eye. I was, oh, what's happening with Myer, that it's become quite popular up on the trends. And it turns out that CEO Bernie Brooks basically said at a meeting with some business people that the annual household increase on the Medicare levy is something that they could have spent with us. But I think what it does is it shows how out of touch you can become.
But hang on, if disabled people are getting a bit more money, surely they go to the shops as well.
Stop
Idiot.
talking logic.
All right, we got one more I want to talk about here. How fast is the NBN? Do you know?
Well, I do now, because today there was a fabulous link that we can show our viewers, and it gives a great physical representation of the difference between the fibre coming running down your street and the fibre going to your front door. And I think it looks brilliant, and I don't know whether we can get it up on the screen.
Well, we've got it up on the screen, so if you want to check it out for yourself, how fast is the nbn.com.au? That's what we've got on the screen here. It'll give you examples of how long it takes to upload and download things, depending on whether you go with the ALP plan or the coalition plan. And I've got to tell you, if you're a geek and you're not supporting fibre to the premises, you need to hand back your geek card.
And I think what it does too is it clearly demonstrates, not only for your home personal use, it shows like downloading wedding pictures, a gig of wedding pictures and how much quicker that is, but also for businesses using Dropbox, which a lot of businesses use to share files between offices around the country or around the world. Wonderful demonstration, very clearly illustrates the instant benefits, let alone what the benefits will be in the future.
How fast is the nbn.com.au? Now, you've got a bit of video you wanted us to see that involves small children being tortured.
Well, you know, you may have done this at home yourself. When you get your kids, you go, oh, I've got an olive. I might share this with the little one just so I can see the expression on their face. Someone's done the same.
I have to admit I did that to my children as well.
They woke that poor kid up. They got him out of bed.
All right, time for us to check in with Aaron. Aaron, you have managed to get one of our sponsors here this evening.
I have. Jason, Paul, how are you? Now I've asked Luke Brown to come along and give me a hand. Luke Brown is actually representing your new sponsor that you have, which is Zetagrid. Now, Luke, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
It's great to have a company sponsoring community TV.
Oh, it's fantastic. We love supporting local companies, being a local company ourselves.
Okay, now Zetagrid, what's all that about?
We're a cloud hosting company providing infrastructure as a service out there to the small businesses and larger enterprises.
Okay, now you're going to talk to me about cloud computing, which I know nothing about.
Yeah, cloud's a new word and it's thrown around a lot these days by Apple and who knows who. From our perspective, it's about removing the reliance on your infrastructure from within companies themselves and putting that into larger data centres from which we take care of power and cooling and the cost of running it and the problems associated with that.
Okay, now what are some of the customers that would benefit from being involved with cloud computing through Zetagrid?
Anyone who has servers at work or in their home place is going to be able to benefit. Those from the small-time guys running Minecraft servers to larger enterprises wanting to replace their desktop fleet or wanting to replace their full server fleet.
Okay.
Luke, if I can just jump in here, Zetagrid does more than just cloud computing. I mean, that's obviously a very major part of what you do. But I understand that, is there an ISP involved in this as well?
Yeah, a part of Zetagrid is an actual ISP itself, so which means that we can control any networking links internally better than other places can directly to companies that need it. So all within the one company, which is great.
Brilliant. So small to medium enterprises, is that sort of the target market along with home users?
Yeah, so from the 50 to 1,000 kind of seat mark is where we're looking at, but we have actually grown and begun from the home user itself, so we welcome everyone.
Now, you are a national company.
Yes, yeah, we're based out of Perth, so our largest infrastructure is in the Perth environment, but we have data centres all across Australia, so it really is a fit for anyone in the country.
Okay, now, Luke, you must have a special offer for the people that are at home watching that support the buzz.
Oh, most definitely. Head to zetagrid.com and sign up for a free 30-day trial and test it out, see if it's worth all the hype.
Okay, well, you don't get better than that, fellas. There you go.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Aaron, and thank you, Luke. Yep, definitely. Anytime we get sponsors here on The Buzz and at West TV, we are very, very much in appreciation.
Yeah, so we're here because of Luke.
That's exactly right. Thank you, Luke, and thank you to Zetagrid as well. Now, Paul, every week we like to check in with you because you find all sorts of weird and wonderful websites, but this time around you found one called cracked.com, which just seems particularly appropriate.
Oh, I'm sure you're aware of cracked.com. It's one of those websites where you will start off looking at some article from a link on Facebook or a link on Twitter. For instance, if we have a look, it says 5 famous people you won't believe didn't exist. And you'll go and have a look at this funny little article and you'll learn something like, oh, William Tell didn't really exist.
No.
What?
No.
I know. He shot
So the
an
William
apple.
Tell overture, that's like, it's a scam.
It's a made-up song about a made-up man. Anyway.
My childhood is ruined.
What happens is you'll scroll through, Brady Crocker didn't exist and somebody else didn't exist, and your world falls apart, and you get down the bottom, you've wasted 5 minutes reading that article, and it'll go, oh, how to drive men wild even if you're overweight. You go, well, got to look at that, I'm overweight and I want to drive men wild.
I got some suggestions.
But, and it's one of those websites, it's great fun, cracked.com is where you go, and the great thing about it is before you know it, you would have chewed up an hour's
7 reasons why it's important to wear pants, for example.
Absolutely. And you'll go, oh, I can only think of 6. I need to find out.
There you go. That's what the cracked.com, if you want to check that out. I think it's well worth it as well.
Absolutely.
Time for us to go back to Aaron for our social media recap. And Aaron, a gentleman by the name of Antoine apparently is no longer a homosexual.
Well, fellows, I've heard this before. I've heard this. You've heard of people denouncing religion?
The what?
Denouncing religion. People
Denouncing.
Oh, denouncing.
denouncing,
Yes,
not
denouncing
announcing,
religion.
not announcing. And people announce homosexuality. But now, Antoine has denounced the fact that he actually is homosexual because he's changed religion or become religious and now no longer believes that he's attracted to men. Like me.
Well, it's not that simple, is it? I mean, well, you don't just choose whether or not you're going to be a homosexual.
Well, it depends. If you go into certain religious circles, the fact is you do choose. What happens is God gave you a test, Jason. He said, I'm going to make you attracted to men, but it's your test to not actually, you know.
I see. Right. Okay, then.
There you go. And that's Antoine has obviously lifted up that baton and he's gone.
And he's moved on.
I'm gonna give that a
well, Antoine, whatever works for you.
Good luck.
And also, there's a very interesting ad for Hyundai, the car company, that they've gotten in a little bit of trouble for.
There is. Oh, I thought you guys were just talking along, fellas. I was listening in. It was beautiful. There is. Would it be best if we actually had a quick look at it? Would that be okay?
Oh, let's do that. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. We've got it there.
There you go.
So what actually happens in the ad, do you know?
I'm waiting for you to tell me.
All right.
Well, the thing is that the car itself is the iX35 SUV. It's a fuel cell model car. It's not sold here in Australia. This is a UK ad. It has no emissions.
Right.
Now, what happens is this poor man goes into the car, in the garage, obviously very sad, and attempts to commit suicide by starting the engine.
The pipe up into the
Yeah,
car, carbon
yeah.
monoxide.
He can't, obviously, and has to give up.
Because the output of the exhaust is
Yeah.
100% water vapour.
But of course, the problem is it's not very understanding, perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah, not very...
of people touched by it.
Yeah,
which
possibly a
was quite
trigger for
tragic
people
thing.
in or near those sorts of situations. Thank you, Aaron. Now, have you
So,
ever had-
look, you've come back. You guys just cut me off, and I'm here. I'm listening. You guys are a very, very, very intelligent bunch.
All right, well, would you like to throw to the next little clip that we've got, or did you want us to do it?
Is he taking the pee out
Well,
of this?
I think so.
Well, I am. Now, is this the one where I'm allowed to use the word?
Yeah, go on.
I'm just checking, okay? Do you like to blow shit up?
No, it's not that one.
Well, that's what it says on mine.
This is the one that allows us to eat messy food
Sorry, Mum, they said I could.
with a special tool.
Trongs are great for eating messy so-called finger foods.
Like buffalo wings.
And barbecue ribs.
Trongs teeth tear wings apart.
And they rip ribs right off the rack.
Trongs are awesome for eating sushi.
Trongs are like
Chopsticks on steroids. And the best part is, your fingers stay clean.
The Buzz, Australia's only live, interactive social media program on free-to-air TV, is proudly brought to you by z03e08, Australia's award-winning provider of on-demand IT infrastructure for businesses that want reliability, speed and flexibility.